Welcome back, guys, to my SSAS session tips and tricks. Okay, in this video, we're going to discuss about the most beautiful option in SQL Server Trace, that is replay option in SQL Server Trace. I came to know about it very recently. That's why I have not discussed about it in my previous sessions. Anywhere, you don't find it anywhere in my previous sessions. I've taken so many SSAS trainings, but I've never covered it because I came to know about it recently. I should say that I ignored it before, so now I'm loving it and I'm using it very frequently. So let's discuss where this replay is useful and what's the main purpose of SQL Server Trace replay. For that, let me explain you a little bit in diagrams. Let's say this is your production server and this is your development server, and there will be, let's assume you have continuous load on this one. It's continuously getting the cubes in this one is something around 1000 GB in size, and the cubes are continuously processing like for every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that means they are putting a lot of load on the server, and obviously the server may get failed, it may get crashed a couple of times, right? So if you want to know whether the let's say due to heavy load the server is getting crashed very frequently, you need to fix that kind of issues because it's and the server outage, the production server outage is very costly to the users, to your business. So if your business is not happy, then you'll be in trouble. So what people will do is they'll try to deploy the same database into development server, and they'll try to apply all the changes which improves the performance and which avoid the server crash and all. Let's say I moved this database to my development server and I made some fixes after consulting Microsoft or after Googling, and if I found some solution like any property change will improve the performance and will avoid these kind of server crashes, then let's assume I applied the same in my development environment. Now, how can I confirm whether this server database, the fix or the patch, whatever I applied, is working fine? I can process the cube once and confirm that it is done fantastic. The process completed successfully and there is no issue, no server crash. So it is superb. So let's implement the same patch here. But the problem is you have to replicate the same load, whatever it is on the production server, to here. Let's say you have 100 batch files executing in a day here. You can't write and execute all the 100 batch files here. That is more time taking one, right? If you want to replicate the same load on the server on your development box or any other box to test whether the fix that you have done for a performance issue is working fine or not, the best option I can think of is replay option in SQL Server Trace. How to capture that and how to make use of it, let me show you a quick video, quick example or quick demonstration on the same. So to explain this, what I've done is I have two instances here, and both the instances are having ADV database, ADV copied. These two are same in structure, but only the name is different. Or let me use this ADV copied. Both the name is same in both the instances here. Now, how can I do that? How can I capture it? How can I capture the load or the batch commands that are running on this one? First, let me do one thing. Let me open the profiler trace and let me show you how to enable the replay option. So this is the profiler, and I'm opening the profiler and I'm connecting to my AdventureWorks, my MS SQL Server instance, connected, and I'm naming it as ADB underscore MS SQL Server. This is the instance, that's why I've given the name. Here, if you see, there is an option called replay. Select this replay option and try to save the file somewhere. I'll try to save the file on my desktop to make it easy for me to open once it is done. And if I click on, and remember you have to set this file, or set maximum file size. If you set it to 5 MB, for every 5 MB of the size, it will split into a new file. It will roll over into a new file. This really tortures because the trace captures a hell of data, and for every 2 minutes a new file will be created, and by the end of the queue process you will have 5,000 files in your folder. That really, I should not use the word, that really a big pain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give something around 5 GB and click on run. Now the trace is running with the replay option enabled. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to this and let me first process a couple of dimensions. So I'm going to this dimension, process, and I'm going to do process full, and I can see the same here on the trace. You can see the process reading of the data of the attributes and the dimension. It will be done. Now you can see command N. This is the command I executed from on the database area we copied, and the dimension dim account, process full, and it is completed successfully, and it has taken 1174 milliseconds. I think you can see where my mouse is highlighted. So in the same way, I'm trying to process so many times. One for currency, let me process it. And this is also done, and it will be captured in the trace. I don't need to show, I guess. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry. Let me close this guy. And now let me go to Object Explorer to process multiple dimensions. Let me process these 3 dimensions at one stretch. And it is done. Nope. It is taking a little time. Okay, now it is done, and you don't need to worry about the trace. Everything will be captured in the trace. You don't need to worry at all. And now let me process 4 more dimensions or 6 more dimensions. Process full of everything. And you can see the trace running here. Oops, again it's completed. The trace, you can observe the size of the file, the size of it is growing. It's already 3272 rows captured. Let me close this guy. And let me go to the remaining 4 dimensions, process, and you can see it's capturing. You can see the count, it is 3452, 3456, 3866. Whenever it's processing, it will read the data, and you can see everything will be captured here, like reading the data and then writing the data to the SQL server, SSAS server. And once it is done with the process complete, then it will end the command. It is still going on. It may take some time because there are a couple of use tables. This is, for example, I use the fact table as a dimension. That is why it is taking a little more time. Okay, it is done, and it took 1 minute 27 seconds. I have not captured the whole process, so it is done. It has read so many records from the fact internet sales table into the dimension. Now you can see the profiler size has been increased to 4339, and the last command is something which you can see here. The command that was completed is multiple dimensions processing. Now let me go to the cubes. I have Adventure Works. Let me process only sales quota measure group first, and I'm going to do process full, and again the trace will be running here, and it is done. Cool. Now let me take another, this time let me take multiple by using the option Object Explorer Details, Partitions, sorry, not partitions. I should go to this one at the measure group level. Yeah. I'm going to do all the remaining except fact internet sales because I know it has a lot of records. I inserted a couple of junk data, like 1 crore records are there. Let me do all these things. I don't want to do processing of fact internet sales because it is going to take 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to add more load onto the server. Let me do this. It is processing the dimensions and creating the aggregation. So you can see everything, what's happening with every partition or measure group. If it is creating the reading the data, it will have the read command here, like read data here, which you can see on top, and then write data, and then building aggregations and indexes for every measure group and all. Okay, fact internet sales is taking a little more time. Let's wait for it to get finished. Again, this guy is taking more time. So let me do one thing meanwhile. Now I'm stopping the trace here. So I try, let's say people will do the same for whole 1 day or 1 week to get all the commands that are executing on the server, and they'll try to replicate the same load on the server. I just ignore about it. Let it take more time. I don't care. I need all the, I got all the batch commands that I need to put the load on my dev server. Now, if you can see, if you can search for command begin, you'll find a lot many. Here is one command, here is one command, here is one command, here is one command. There are so many commands executed in this particular one, like this. Command begin and command begin, command begin. There are so many. Now I'm gonna replicate the same load on the dev server using the option replay. So let me close this for now and let it go. Let it take more time. I don't care. I'm least bothered about it. So where I store the file is on my desktop, right? So let me select the show my desktop option. This is the one, right? So what you need to do is you just have to open it and you will find an option replay enable here. You can see this is the option replay. How to enable it? How to apply it on the dev server. When you click on it, it will ask you where you have to apply the same stuff. You can see you can provide the server name if you want to provide if you want to apply this on server which is available in Australia or London, you can just provide the server name and click on connect, then it will start applying. So how we can trace it, whether it is applying or not? Let's take another trace file and find out whether it is happening correct and whether the load is applying as expected or not. Or anyhow, we will be having a flight recorder, right? Let's go to the flight recorder. Let me go to the flight recorder of this one of SQL Server dev instance. So I'm going to Microsoft SQL Server dev instance, OLAP, log, and this is our flight recorder.current. It is 0 KB in size. This is funny. Let me refresh it. Okay, it's not 0. It's 805. It's 4942. Let me connect it. I've connected it. And you want to save the file? Yes, I want to save it to replay on SQL dev instance. Okay, and that number of replay threads saved to the table, and all the remaining things are fine. Advanced replay options. Okay, fine. Let me click on OK, and you can see the replay settings. Here the command begin, the first command, second command, everything, whatever it is there, it search for commands and it will apply the same. You can see the replay that is getting applied in the second server. So what it will do is, you can see this is up to 4% complete, 6% complete. So it will replicate the same load, whatever you have captured using the replay option in SQL Server profiler trace, to replicate the same load on the different servers. This is a beautiful option if you're dealing with the multiple servers, and in particularly the performance and the load on the server. If you want to check whether the issue or whether the fix that you have applied is really solving the purpose or not on improving the performance stuff. You can see it's 72% complete, and it's gonna, you can see where the cursor is. This is at this point, it is at the command begin of this one. Again, this is the last command. It is still taking, it is taking time. As you know, there is a hell of data, so it is taking time. And so what I'm trying to say here is, this is how you can apply. You can replicate the load from the server, from one server, let's say production server or staging server, to the destination server. Hope you understood this concept, and this is really a beautiful option. You just try it out, and I explained you how to set the replay and how to save the file and how to replicate the same on the different instances. Try it at your end, and you will like it for sure. And in particularly for SQL Server analysis services, DBAs, this really helps. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, and wait for my next video. I'm going to add videos very frequently on SQL Server tips and tricks, mainly DBA concepts, because I'm working as DBA currently and I'm loving the job. Hope you will move your subject from SQL Server Analysis Services Development to DBA after going through all my videos. Thank you very much for watching and wait for my next videos. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.